how is everyone doing? So, welcome to my weekly live. I'm afraid I'm down with the lurgy, so hopefully you can still all hear me and everything's working so you can see me okay today. Let me know if you are here live. Drop me a hey in the comments. I apologise for my croaky voice. This is the 0898 voice today. So yes, I've got the lurgy bug, I'm afraid. So you'll have to excuse me. I am croaking a little bit. So today, let me know if you are here live and you are popping in. Do put some comments in and let me know that you're here. And if you're watching later on, I know a lot of you watch it later on, then do pop the hashtag replay. Hey Karen, lovely to see you. Drop me a comment in so I just know that they're working, because they're not always working on Facebook at the moment. Comments are just not always popping up, so I can't see any comments at the moment. So I hope you are all there. Anyway, so today's session, this one's a bit different today. As you all know that I'm an NLP trainer, so a neuro-linguistic programming trainer. And what that basically, NLP is about the user manual for the mind. So I thought I'd do some, as well as obviously my coaching that I do, I wanted to bring in a little bit of the, oh, yeah, thanks Becky. It's my 0898 voice today. Yeah, I know, it's dreadful, isn't it? It only started a couple of days ago, but gosh, this one's knocked me out. It's knocked me for 6. I had to have a COVID test yesterday, so I am still waiting on the results for that. So yeah, so this is my sultry voice. Hope you like it. Okay, so I thought what I'd do today is bring in some of the NLP stuff, because it's like it tells you how the mind works, and I thought that you'd actually quite like to learn a little bit more of kind of the stuff that actually goes on in the mind that actually stops us doing the certain things. So if you're finding that yourself, that you get in your own way. Oh, hi Emma, lovely to see you. Yeah, it is a bit husky. I don't know how I'm going to last later on. You have to excuse me, I've got this cough as well. So if you are one of these people that you start a diet and then you very, very quickly fall off it, and you know that you want to lose the weight, but you can't seem to stick to this diet. You've got that yo-yo dieting, or you keep dating the people that you just know are not the right people for you. Or that you find that, you know that your goal is to really scale your business, and then you find yourself keep getting stuck. Or another one, which is one of the classic ones, is you're going after that perfect job. You've got that perfect job to go for, and then you muck up the interview, which is usually a breeze for you. So many, many people actually find themselves making, hey Nikki, lovely to see you. So many people find themselves making those decisions that just don't support their goals or their intentions. So do let me know if any of those things that I've just put, if any of those resonated with you. Hey Karen, oh yeah, so all the comments are actually working now. At least we've got that working. So let me know if any of those examples that I gave resonated with you at all. Hey Sophie, lovely to see you. And I'll be seeing you later on as well. So hopefully I will last that long, because I am quite croaky at the moment. So even though you know that you want to reach your goals, you've got these best intentions, you keep finding that you are sabotaging every time. You know that that you keep doing something, and you've got these plans and they're just not working out for you. And I want you to know that it's actually not your fault. You will be really pleased to know that it's not your fault. It's not you consciously doing this. So self-sabotage, it actually happens when this logical, your conscious mind, so that part of you that, wants to eat healthily and it wants to exercise and all of those things, that's your conscious mind, then is at odds with your unconscious mind. So that's the part of you that you're not aware of. It's that side of you that, where the stress, it's a stress eating chocolate thing, binging type of thing. And what this self-sabotage actually does is it gets in the way for us. It gets in the way of us achieving our goals. We want something and then we can never accomplish it. So let me know if anything like that's actually happened to you and you just don't know why it's happening. So let me know if that is something that happens for you and you don't know why. Because actually, hey Zoe, lovely to see you. So basically your unconscious mind, it's like sees self-sabotage as that self-preservation. It wants to protect you, even if it's no longer needed for you. And a lot of the time this self-sabotage is actually really hard to miss, really easy to miss rather. We don't recognise that clutter around us is distracting us, or that how we constantly overthink decisions, it actually stops us taking action. And often we don't know that that's actually happening. So I'm going to teach you today, I'm going to give you some tips, some NLP tips. I'm going to teach you about the part of the mind that controls everything. And actually then how you can outsmart that self-sabotage. Because for most of you, you're going to be familiar with your conscious mind, aren't you? You'll know about your conscious mind. This is the one that sets your goals. It's the one that loves that progress. It loves the idea of taking action. It loves all your to-do lists, writing your to-do lists. It loves doing all of those. But then there's the unconscious mind. And that's the unconscious mind is where we're often fearful. And it's often where we're held back. It's the bit where you've got that little voice in your head telling you not to move forward. Do it tomorrow or do it next week. Just put it off. You don't need to do it like now. And actually, if you don't know about working with your unconscious mind, that you need to work with your conscious mind. We need that conscious and unconscious integration. If you don't know about that, then you can forget about changing long term. You will stay in that self-sabotage and you'll keep recreating these same situations over and over. So most people, you're going to have some little insights today, because most people have no clue that it's the unconscious fear that's blocking their success. So Emma, you often overthink things and you talk yourself out of something, and you understand that better since completing the NLP course. Absolutely. Yeah, it's why we do that. So I'm going to give you some really fab tips today that you can start putting in today, because the great thing is, Emma, that you're actually aware of that. And knowing, actually, having that awareness is often the first key to it by doing that. Often people don't even know that. So they don't know that it's this unconscious thought process that is actually preventing them from taking action or diminishing the action that you do take. So like you've just said there, you often find you're overthinking things. Because it then actually, when we start doing that, it actually leads to other sabotaging behaviours, like procrastination, like making bad decisions. And let me tell you, I don't want you to feel that you're alone, because it happens to everybody. It really does. I'm just going to have to take a drink, I'm afraid. So it is the same for everybody. You're not alone with this. So what is it that you can do about it? What can you do about it? Well, first of all, let me know. I know Emma's popped in there and let me know. Oh, hey, Sarah. Lovely to see you. Lovely. Really lovely to see you. I'm afraid I've got the 0898 voice today, Sarah. So let me know if any of that has resonated with you so far. And let me know what are the self-sabotaging behaviours that you're finding that you are making at the moment. Let me know which ones. Yeah, I know it's my sexy voice. As Becky said, it's my sultry voice. Hey Gemma, lovely to see you. Really lovely to see you. So why do we sabotage ourselves anyway? Why do we do that? Does anybody know why we do this? Let's just say, for instance, well, first of all, all your behaviours are driven by your thoughts and your emotions. So let's just say you want to lose weight, but you keep actually keep going to snacking. Now, so Sophie, you doubt yourself even though you know you can do something and you're really knowledgeable. Yeah, and that's what a lot of people do. A lot of people do this. But I want you to know that, Sophie, this isn't you consciously doing that, because the conscious mind knows that you're really knowledgeable. It knows that. So I'm going to go through why we do this in a minute. Yeah, so yeah, Zoe, and I know that this is the sort of stuff that you work with too. So you're 100% with me on the subconscious patterns and beliefs that are holding us back. You know, put some things in to actually show you how to do this today. So when you are trying to lose weight, for instance, let's just say you are trying to lose weight, but you keep going off and snacking, it said, that choice to eat that snack, if you like, is based on your thoughts and your emotions. Your hand itself doesn't just reach into the bowl on its own. You know, it has to, you know, it doesn't move without your mind's permission. So let's just say you when you don't want to fail, let's just say that's a good one. When you don't want to fail at your dream job or in a relationship or whatever, you might unintentionally sabotage your own efforts to do that. And what you do there, wanting to avoid that failure, can actually stop you trying. Because if you don't try, you can't fail, can you? You know? So this is where your unconscious mind might actually present you with some excuses for you and ways to sabotage yourself. So Gemma, that's been you this year with the weight, and you know what it is, but you've not given yourself the time to do it. Oh, it won't let. Oh, yeah, it has. Because you know what it brings up for you. These past few days, I've been doing the work and already had a shift. Yeah, I get it, absolutely. It's all down to these unconscious beliefs that you actually have about yourself. So you might have a core belief, and usually with the weight loss one, it's down to a core belief. So you might have a core belief that contradicts your goal. And your core beliefs are held deep in your unconscious. They're outside of your conscious awareness. So you might be going, yeah, I'm on a diet, I want to lose weight. So that's your consciously thing. But your unconscious mind might actually be thinking, oh, do you know what? I quite, if I hold on to to this weight, I it's a comfort thing, for instance. Let's just say, for instance, that you have a goal to improve your career. But deep down, your belief is that you don't think you are smart enough to accomplish what you want. And actually, I had a recent client who found the perfect job. She found on paper what was the perfect job for you, and all her skills matched it. They really did. But then when she went for the interview, she actually fluffed the psychometric tests that she would normally be doing in her sleep. So these are down to these beliefs that really unconsciously override any of those desires to go for what you want. So you might even find that you're good at the start, but then those seeds of doubt start coming in. Those seeds of doubt start kicking in, and they just decide that it's all too hard for you. It's just not worth the effort. So unconsciously, you've already decided there you're going to fail. So you consciously choose not to follow through. So given usually these beliefs, these are your deeper beliefs, are outside of your conscious awareness, we keep repeating them because we don't know about them, and that actually strengthens them. And that's how these habits are actually kind of made stronger and stronger. So the first thing that we've got to do in order to know how to change these unconscious patterns, it's useful to know a couple of the basic rules of kind of human behaviour. And that's the first thing, that there's always a positive intention motivating all behaviours. And the unconscious mind will go to any lengths to protect you and what you believe. And I'll talk more about that in a moment, how that actually backs it up. So it plays a kind of the worried parent type of thing. And it's out to protect you. So these are the tips that I want you to do. These are my 5 top tips to help you with this. The first one is to actually figure out how you are sabotaging yourself. take note of when you are doing these things and see if you can actually identify what those core beliefs actually are. So when you are, you're trying to lose weight, for instance, take that honest look at the patterns that you are running. Take a look at those patterns that you're kind of running there. So, if you have that pattern of overeating, for instance, you might believe that you deserve to eat what you want, when you want, or that your food is your pleasure for you. So Sarah, you're working on your money mindset today and realise a block you've got that's sabotaging me. So delve a bit deeper, Sarah, into that. What's the belief that you've got about your ability to earn the money that you want to earn? And just see if you can peel it back like the onion, like an onion layer, to do that. Because your unconscious is so powerful that it will create the beliefs before you even know it. So suddenly you start doubting yourself or your ability, and and you focus on the negatives or anxiety or the what if stuff. It's really powerful. So Claire, it resonates with you, absolutely, with the deserve to eat what you want, and eating is a pleasure. Yeah, and so we kind of then start justifying it to ourselves then, don't we? We start saying it's all right to fall off the diet because I can eat whatever I want, to do that. So you might have, you might start avoiding the gym the minute you start on your diet. So any time a pattern of self-sabotage is present, your unconscious mind is involved. So the first thing, I want you to identify the patterns so that we can actually then consciously start working with them. So what do you believe to be true about yourself and your life in order for that pattern to actually exist? So watch the patterns that are falling and then look at, what do I believe about, to be true for that pattern to exist? So like I said, if you've got this pattern of overeating, you might believe, like Karen said, that you can deserve to eat what you want. Or often food is a well-rewarded treat for you. It's a nice treat, and it's a stress reliever. I've had a really hard week, so I'm going to have a takeaway, for instance. And then we justify it because we kind of go, I'll start the diet again on Monday. So let me know. I know I'm using sort of the diet and weight as an example there, but this could be anything. This could be things like, if you keep attracting the same type of relationships, or if you really want to, work on your money blocks, and then you still keep finding that suddenly all the bills keep coming in when, you've set yourself a target and you can't get that financial goal. I do a lot of work on money mindset in my programs. Yeah, so Zoe, money comes in, then an unexpected bill comes in. And they say, yeah, today that's happened for you. That is a typical self-sabotage. And that's almost related, when that happens, it's also related to our inner cap that we place on ourselves too. What we believe we're worthy of. And if we don't blast through that cap, we can really have a fantastic month. But if we haven't cleared up that self-sabotaging blocks, then the very next week, like you said, then, an unexpected bill comes in. So I do a lot of work in my programs about the money thermostat, about the wealth thermostat that we placed on ourselves, because that's what will happen. Because the point is here, there is a rule of the mind that says that you create what you focus on. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. In spite, if we want to be less anxious by, we think of, we want to be less anxious, but by thinking about it, or by thinking about the money blocks, we create more of it. We create more of that. Your unconscious mind, it doesn't know the distinction between a good habit and a bad one. It literally just creates those habits and those associations really quickly. So what I want you to do, the first thing I want you to do there, is stop focusing on what you don't want. So once you've identified the patterns that are coming up there, and you've asked yourself what you have to believe for that pattern to exist, I then want you to start focusing on what you don't want and focus on what you do want instead. So any anxiety is a warning from the unconscious mind that you're focusing on things that you want to avoid. Now, knowing again the next, as we move here, and knowing again that the unconscious mind always has positive intentions for us, I want you to also then go on and say, what is the perceived purpose or positive intention of the belief in your pattern? What is that? What's the positive intention of that? What purpose or positive intention did that belief have for you? What does it serve for you? Again, it might be that positive intention behind overeating, for instance, might be to get some comfort, to be in control, for stress relief or that pleasure. So what's the positive intention? Because there's always a positive intention for you. So what's the positive intention? Because then once you've identified what that positive intention is, then you can start looking at alternative ways to meet that positive intention. So let's just say, for instance, you get a lot of pleasure and stress relief from that, overeating. Let's just say, I'm going back to that one again, aren't I? But let's just say you do that. Then how can you get other things? How can you find another way to have that pleasure, to have that stress relief? What other ways? Because until you've actually identified an alternative positive intention, your brain will go right back to your old way. It will go straight back. Okay, so that's the next one. Okay, next little tip is your unconscious mind is like a devoted puppy for you. It really wants to please you. But it needs very, very clear instructions. So have a think about now. If you are noticing that you're self-sabotaging, is your thinking muddled? Are you confused? Are you conflicted? Are you saying what you don't want rather than what you do? Again, if we go back to, I don't want to be anxious, for instance. Your mind does not actually process negative. It doesn't understand the word not. So it will just say, oh, I do want to be anxious. So where are you using negative language? And then all you need to do with that is reword what you want. So actually say the complete opposite of what you said you don't want. So what do you want instead? What do you want instead? Making those small changes in your thinking can have a massive change in how you think about things. I promise you, they seem really simple, but these things are what actually counts for you. And then the last tip for you, the last one here, is I want you to then identify those healthier habits, healthier beliefs regarding that area of your life and then practice them. So again, if we go back to the, falling off the diet bandwagon or overeating, I want you to then just keep telling yourself, I eat the perfect amount of food for my body. I've got a healthy relationship with food. So choose the beliefs that are going to back up what you consciously want. Now, by changing these negative behaviours, it's absolutely imperative to stop these self-sabotaging behaviours. Let me know out of those which ones that you think are going to be the easiest one for you to do today. What are the biggest ahas for you that have come up today? What are those biggest things? Because if you keep on these behaviours, keep on allowing those behaviours that are preventing you getting what you desire, they're going to just keep on happening. They're going to sabotage your happiness and stop you getting those desires that you want. So let me know what your biggest ahas were today. Which are the ones there that you kind of go, yeah, that one will be a really easy to start with today. Because even if it's just one thing, what's that simple thing that you can start today? So let me know in the comments. It'd be great to hear from you what your biggest ahas were. And if you'd like more information on any of my accredited NLP courses, where you learn the kind of the power of using neuro-linguistic programming and why it really gets that life, transformation, and how, coaches that use NLP, get the best possible results with their clients when they use it. It also gives you the scientific info. If you like to know the why and the how, it tells you how we do what we do, as well as giving you some phenomenal techniques to support the change in yourself and if you want to use it with others too. So do let me know if that is something that is of interest to you, or if you just want to chat personally about how I can support you more directly, do just let me know there. Chantel, biggest takeaway, choosing a different positive intention and a better way to achieve it. Fantastic. So have a go at doing that, and then let me know in the group the outcomes of those today. Fantastic. Oh yes, okay, Emma, you hear yourself using negative wording now. You smile to yourself and you reword it. At least you're conscious of it now. It's, a lot of the people that have worked with me will know that my first thing is awareness. Once you know about it, you become aware of it, that's when you can make the change. So fantastic. So start making a note of, are there any particular triggers, Emma? Are there certain situations or certain people that you find yourself using those negative words? Because then if you start making a note of those, again, we can start consciously looking at how you can change it. Okay, so I hope you found that really useful. Do let me know if you found it useful today and what your ahas were. And, I'll see you again next week. See you later. Hopefully by then I will be speaking properly. Okay, Karen, your unconscious mind is only trying to protect me when it sabotages. So if you understand it more, you can work together to move forward positively, reframing the wording first. Yeah, absolutely. The only thing with that one, Karen, is that we're not usually aware of your unconscious mind. So, we do have to start really peeling off those. There is, it is less easy to do that. So just keep doing those exercises that I've gone through today. And yes, and then you can keep working on those self-sabotages for you. Fantastic. Right, guys, I'll see you all again next week. Have a wonderful week.